Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Mayor Justin Bibb and members of his administration convened a press conference at Trent Park to unveil a series of public safety initiatives aimed at promoting a secure environment throughout the city of Cleveland during the upcoming summer months. TV20's Alex Paterna has more with this story.
Public safety is my number one priority as mayor, and it will always be my number one priority as mayor. As we approach the summer season, it was important for our administration to really show a true all-of-government approach to addressing violent crime in the city of Cleveland.
Building on the success of existing initiatives like RISE and increased hiring incentives for Cleveland police officers, Mayor Justin Bibb announced a strategic focus on addressing hotspots within the city of Cleveland. This coordinated effort will involve collaboration across numerous municipal agencies to provide the necessary resources to prevent and deter criminal activity in these identified high-risk areas.
As you know, we've seen a nearly 50% reduction in homicides over the spring season, and we hope we can continue that progress as we prepare for the summer. And what's unique about this year's summer safety plan is we recognize that every department across the city of Cleveland has a role to play in reducing violent crime, to making sure we beef up code enforcement in our targeted hotspots, to making sure we work with the Department of Aging with seniors in our hotspots, to making sure that we also work with Public Works to fix illegal dumping sites and fix potholes in our targeted hotspots. All of that shows the residents of Cleveland that we want to make sure we protect them and keep our city as safe as possible this summer.
Through an in-depth analysis of crime statistics spanning the past 3 years, Chief of Public Safety Wayne Drummond has acquired the data necessary to predict areas most susceptible to heightened criminal activity during the summer months.
We identified several hotspots, and we're going to concentrate on those 7 hotspots. But although we're going to concentrate our efforts, all of our efforts, everyone behind me, every department behind us in those particular hotspots, we're going to hit every other area in the city of Cleveland as well. It's an all-of-government issue, and that's why we're coming here together as a unified front, all of government, to express to the general public our efforts in bringing down violent crime and crime in general.
Providing further insights into the city's summer safety initiatives, Deputy Allie Pillow shared details on the plans the Division of Police aims to enact under the banner of Operation Heatwave.
It is going to it's been running from May 1st through August 31st. It is an ongoing, evolving project from law enforcement. We will adapt to whatever crimes trends we see occurring over those few months. What it's going to comprise of is, of course, heavy traffic enforcement. It will consist of at least 1, possibly 2 warrant sweeps this summer. Focused patrol, directed patrols. After these enforcement actions, what's really important is that after we do all these enforcement actions, we will send our community engagement officers back into those neighborhoods. Our community engagement officers, our community relations officers, to either explain to the residents, hey, what we did, and to get feedback from the residents. Is this working for you? Did this impact anything? What is your feedback? So we can take that and add that to the intelligence that we're gathering.
Following the conclusion of the press conference, Mayor Bibb and his cabinet put their words into immediate action, demonstrating their commitment to the promised safety initiatives. They rolled up their sleeves and got to work on revitalizing Trent Park, the site of the announcement. The group engaged in cleanup efforts, trimming overgrown vegetation, raking debris, and repainting various surfaces within the park's premises. For TV20, this is Alex Paterna.
The Cleveland Department of EMS honored some of their own and a few civilians for their heroic life-saving work over the past year. Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb kicked off the ceremony by congratulating all those who were being recognized.
In the majority of cases, the men and women of our EMS department, our fire department, our police department, they are the first symbol and example of government for many of our residents. And so today, as the mayor of this great city, I want to say thank you for your sacrifice, thank you for your bravery, and thank you for your commitment to public service, because it certainly takes a whole lot of courage to do your job every single day. So congrats again on behalf of the city of Cleveland.
Chief Safety Director Wayne Drummond, while remembering fallen Euclid police officer Jake Durbin, whom he knew personally, reminded the EMS technicians to take care of themselves.
And generally in those situations, and it's very traumatic what happened, the first responders are, guess who? You guys. You guys are the first ones there. Of course, seeing so much trauma. And I bring that up because it's important. It's important that you take care of yourselves. When you see things like that, the trauma that you experience, and when people think about trauma, they think about what happened to Jake and others and so forth, car accidents. But you witness quite a bit, which is traumatic in itself. So I encourage you all to take care of yourselves.
EMS Commissioner Orlando Wheeler praised the civilian honorees for stepping up at a time of crisis.
What we call a good call is usually the worst call of someone's life. It changes and impacts families forever. But the stories that you hear, the citizens, which is our true first responders, they acted selflessly and responded to some of these calls before we could arrive. And the professionalism and the skill that our EMS professionals exhibited during these calls actually had a huge impact in the outcome of these individuals.
After the comments and congratulations were done, recipients were called up to receive their award while the stories of their heroism was recounted to the audience. Everyone here at TV20 would like to congratulate the men and women on Cleveland EMS and the amazing citizens who helped to make Cleveland safe, secure, and healthy. You can watch the entire EMS recognition ceremony right here on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. Just remember to hit that subscribe button. The Department of Public Works held a community open house to help kick off National Public Works and Safety Week.
National Public Works and Safety Week actually started by President John F. Kennedy in the 60s. And so Water Pollution Control started hosting the event in the 90s by the then Commissioner Darnell Brown, started it here. And so it's an opportunity for the students just to learn about the careers in public sector so they know what we do.
Division of Water Pollution Control Commissioner Ramona Lowry Farrell said students from a variety of CMSD schools are in for a day of hands-on fun and education.
So we're happy we have over 600 students here today from the Cleveland Public Schools, and we have about 30 vendors and partners. So that's internal partners, Public Utilities is here, which is sewer, water, lights. We have Public Works is here with some of their equipment, and some of our external partners, the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, the Nature Trex truck is here, Cuyahoga Soil and Water. So we have quite a few people here.
Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb and Council President Blaine Griffin also presented proclamations honoring the Public Works workers and marking the start of National Public Works and Safety Week. A very special event took place at Cleveland Browns Stadium, honoring our nation's heroes in a unique and entertaining way.
We are so excited to partner with Neopat and the Cleveland Browns to host local disabled veterans for a cornhole tournament and recreation day here at Cleveland Browns Stadium in recognition of Military Appreciation Month.
As we come into the holiday week, just a day for some of the veterans here at the Stokes VA to get them out of the facility, and just a nice day to recognize them, remember them and their families. And again, it could not have been done without the great support of the Cleveland Browns and Cross Country Mortgage.
Cleveland Browns Stadium was transformed into a lively arena of fellowship and competition as families and disabled veterans came together for the first Family Fun Cornhole Tournament. For many veterans, this was more than just a game. It was a chance to connect with the community and enjoy a day of relaxation and joy.
As a veteran with a spinal cord injury or illness, it's difficult to get out. So when you have these community events where you're able to get out and socialize with people and share some experiences and challenges that you have, it's really a great outlet. And I love coming to these, and I look forward to coming to more.
An event like today is very important to the veterans community because since the end of the formal hostilities in Iraq and Afghanistan, the separation between the general public and the group of Americans who have served, who have had family members served, is beginning to grow. Those of us who have served our families were known as the 1%ers. because only 1% of the nation has either directly served or known someone had a family member who has served. This is important as that gap grows to still have organizations like the Browns and Cross Country Mortgage not forget, and not let the community forget either, especially coming into Memorial Day week.
The event was a huge success. Families teamed up with veterans, competing in friendly games of cornhole while enjoying food, music, and a variety of activities designed for all ages and abilities.
I would encourage anybody who's in a situation like this to seek out community events that are tailor-made for people, with disabilities and the challenges that come with that. Because it's just a wonderful time, and it's a great day out, and it's a lot of fun.
What a fantastic event. It's wonderful to see our community come together to honor those who have served. Travelers in Northeast Ohio have gained a new direct flight option as service from Cleveland to Minneapolis has commenced. TV20's Alex Paterna has more on this story.
Earlier this month, Sun Country Airlines inaugurated new nonstop service between Cleveland and Minneapolis, providing residents of Northeast Ohio with an affordable and convenient direct flight option to the Twin Cities.
We're no strangers to Sun Country. They have been making charter visits here on a regular basis, and it's always great to see their colored airplanes right outside of my window of my office. And so we've been talking for a long time about this service, and finally everything came together, and here we are today to celebrate. So once again, thank you.
The new nonstop route between Cleveland and Minneapolis was planned for 2020, but postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As the airline industry rebounds, this service launch marks the beginning of expanded flight options for Northeast Ohio residents.
Today has been a long time coming. The air travel industry suffered greatly with the spring 2020 arrival of COVID-19, and with it, the significant loss of air travelers. Sun Country announced it would begin serving CLE just several months prior to COVID, and of course that was not meant to be, at least not at that time. Thankfully, I can say with confidence that the industry has largely rebounded, and that is certainly true here at CLE.
Sun Country Airlines, with a network spanning over 100 airports across North America, aims to forge unprecedented connectivity for the Midwestern region through its newly established service from Cleveland.
Our goal is to help you get connected to your friends, your family, places you love, and on to creating new memories. So thank you so much for having us, and we are real excited to be here.
For TV20, this is Alex Paterna.
And to book your next flight with Sun Country, you can visit suncountry.com. Well, it's summertime in the city of Cleveland, and that means it's time for festivals and celebrations. TV20 cameras, along with reporter Errol Porter, were at 3 festivals recently. The first was the Cleveland Carnaval. Now, carnivals are celebrated across Latin America, with nearly every country hosting its own vibrant festivities. Now, Cleveland can proudly join the ranks by organizing its very own Carnival celebration. TV20's Errol Porter is here with more on this exciting cultural event.
Thanks, Dan. It's a beautiful day here in downtown Cleveland at Playhouse Square, and it's all about Carnival in the Land, celebrating Latino fashion, music, and dance.
While Cleveland is no stranger to diverse cultures across the city, having so many represented in one venue was simply awe-inspiring. From traditional music performances to dazzling fashion shows to an array of authentic cuisine and culinary demonstrations, it was a multi-sensory experience and a sight to behold for all who attended.
We're trying to learn and honor a genre of music from southern Mexico. It originates kind of near Veracruz and other states nearby, Puebla, Tampico, Tabasco, states like that. It's been flourishing in the U.S. probably since the 90s, 80s. Started in L.A. because it's kind of spread out since then. But yeah, it's big in New York, it's big in D.C., and I thought, why can't we have it in Cleveland?
It's a traditional cartoon from Dominican Republic for La Vega. It's a Diablo Cojuelo. It's part of our culture. It's very popular in our country. And here for share each other for the people coming for this carnival.
This rich, multifaceted celebration of Latin American carnival traditions in Cleveland's inaugural event was made possible thanks in no small part to the efforts of the Cleveland Playhouse and its Community Development Department.
For the past 3 years, our Community Development Department has been focusing in connecting our theater with the community. Our community is so rich in cultures, in people, in resources. So what I'm trying to do in this role is to make sure people are aware of all the amazing things that exist in Cleveland. This time we decided to create a cultural festival, Carnaval in the Land, for people to be aware of what we have in this community, but also for people to come down and celebrate downtown in our beautiful city. Our goal is to just celebrate the richness of each neighborhood. No matter if it's west or east, we are ready to celebrate the diversity and richness of this city.
Adding to the authenticity of the festivities, the event fittingly featured appearances by cast members from the Playhouse Square production of In the Heights, a story depicting the Latin community's experience in a major city.
I adore Cleveland. I think it's such a beautiful city. I think there's so much diversity here and so much to learn and more about the city. And I think this is an example of just the community coming together to celebrate different cultures.
It's so beautiful. They have so many performances full of culture. The food is divine. The chicken is good, okay? And it's so lovely that they're celebrating Latino culture in Cleveland.
That's right, Dan. I have my own background music. We had a great time here at Carnival in the Land, and my company here is going to walk with me for the rest of the day. I'm a reporter for TV20. We are Cleveland.
From the Latin culture to the Greek, TV20 reporter Errol Porter visited the Tremont Greek Festival.
Thanks, Dan. We're here hanging out on the west side in Tremont, where we're at the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church for a festival that they've been throwing for over 50 years.
The Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church on Cleveland's west side has a rich history of sharing the vibrant food, drinks, and arts of modern and ancient Greek culture with the community. Aphrodite Gonatas, the lead chair for the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Festival, is pleased to see the Greek community in Cleveland continue to thrive, with 4 Greek Orthodox churches now serving the city. Each of these Greek Orthodox churches works together to ensure a steady stream of opportunities for Clevelanders to experience and celebrate Greek heritage.
How it started was down on Boulevard, where we currently have the Indian Stadium, was our church, and then we moved over here, and one way for our people and our grandparents and wanted to get the culture going some more and show the new generation was to put on these Greek festivals. Our city, no matter where I've lived, is such a multicultural city. The Greek organization, the Greek community here in Cleveland, just Cuyahoga County alone, is so huge and nobody understands it. So at least 26,000 people by my last count. And now we have churches within Cuyahoga County, 3 other ones. And each one of us, and we work together to have our festivals at different times of the summer and celebrate each other and our cultures throughout Cuyahoga County.
Preparations for the church's annual festival begins months in advance, with members of the congregation donating their time to cook and prepare numerous delicious traditional Greek dishes to be served at the event.
We're starting in February to bake, to cook. We put it in the refrigerator. The ladies are exceptionally devoted to the church. We have homemade food, awesome, and good people. We have music. We have our children dancing. It's something we want to go on with. But I know East Side, West Side, Tremont Side, Lakewood, Westlake, we start the first Greek festival.
Wow.
And it's awesome.
As the mother church of the Greek Orthodox community in Cleveland, the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church draws attendees from Greek Orthodox communities across Northeast Ohio for its events and services.
We have a great tradition here in Cleveland as the Greek Orthodox Church. If you ever come to our Easter services, you will see hundreds and hundreds of people coming from all over the city to come back to the Mother Church to celebrate Easter. From all over the city of Cleveland and beyond, as far as Akron and so on, coming to this festival every year. We kick off the summer schedule.
Right.
And so as of when we finish on Monday, we're into the summer.
All right, hey everyone, we had a great time here at the Greek Festival, 50 years and still running. And these ladies are a big part of it. Hey ladies, what do we say to the crew out there? Opa! It's all Greek to me. Back to you, Dan.
And many more!
Finally, TV20 reporter Errol Porter took in a taste of Jamaica at this year's Reggae Fest. Reggae music, originating in 1960s Jamaica, has traversed a remarkable journey to become a celebrated cultural phenomenon in Cleveland.
Thanks, Dan. I'm Errol Porter reporting, and I am right across the street from the beautiful TV20 studios at Mall C, where there's good music, good vibes, and great people, man, at the Reggae Festival.
Cleveland has embraced reggae celebrations for generations. The Cleveland Reggae Festival, founded by Adam Boston of Taste CLE, has grown from humble Twinsburg beginnings nearly a decade ago into a weekend-long event in the heart of Cleveland. Thousands now attend to enjoy live reggae performances while supporting a good cause.
I am trying to follow in the footsteps of Mr. Packy Malley, who is a Cleveland native, and he started Midwest Reggae Fest years and years and years ago. So he's kind of passed that torch down to me, and I'm trying to do my best to live up to his standards. This year, our benefactor for the event is the Jamaican Peace Corps. So our charity is called 1millionhearts.org, and there's a fundraiser set up there. So we're trying to raise a little bit of money. So if you want to help, you go to 1millionhearts.org, look for Jamaican Peace Corps, even $1. When 100 people help out with it, a little bit goes a long way.
Reggae music holds a significance that extends far beyond mere entertainment. For its most devoted fans, it embodies a lifestyle and philosophy. At its core, the genre preaches messages of peace, love, and acceptance that have transcended generations. The Cleveland Reggae Festival serves as a testament to this enduring spirit, providing attendees an opportunity to immerse themselves in the positive energy and uplifting ideals that reggae represents.
Well, the thing is, I was introduced to Peter Tosh in 1975 when he went solo from Bob Marley and the Wailers, and it's been with me since day one, and this is all I do. I love it so much, and I'm very grateful that I get to do this and actually do it for a living, because I've never worked a day in my life.
And this is like, it just makes me feel like this is my homeland. Like I shouldn't have never been born in Cleveland. I should have been born in Jamaica. No, but seriously, I love reggae music. I love all type of music, but reggae is like the most free music, you know, you just feel like you're just loose and you just go with the flow.
Everybody here is so nice, especially when you go to the stands and you talk to people, they're so kind to you.
Reggae music is essential for your body, mind and soul, it's a mineral. These times are so critical, we need to hear it more than before.
The music is flowing, great vibes and unity, that's what it's all about here in 2024. If you missed it, hey, we'll catch you next year. I'm Errol Porter, reporter for TV20. We are Cleveland.
Thanks, Errol. And for more information on next year's Reggae Fest, you can visit reggaefestcleveland.com. The city's Department of Community Relations, in collaboration with the 4th District Police Department, hosted a vibrant pop-up art event aimed at promoting positive interactions between residents and law enforcement. The pop-up art event, held outside the 4th District Precinct, transformed the space into a family-friendly atmosphere for all community members.
Well, this is our 8th annual event, and the idea is to bring our residential community and our police community together so we start being comfortable with each other, have dialogue, interact. Sometimes they get out there and they dance together. They've done song together. So it's been a real relaxing partnership between our community and our police community. And it's been working pretty good.
So I've got some of my community engagement officers, my officers from the traffic unit here interfacing with members of the community and the kids. It's just a great event. We've got the DJ here, we've got face painting, free food, and some games and activities. So it's just a good time for everybody in the community.
The initiative is part of a broader effort by the city to strengthen community police relations and promote cultural awareness.
When the kids come out, they see the officers in their uniform with their guns, but they're right next to them and talking with them, smiling, exchanging dialogue. The officers be tossing footballs, baseballs in their uniform, so it's not threatening. And they get the understanding that this is not something to make you fearful, but it's a presence that's needed in the community. So they learn that and get to understand that the officers on duty, when they're on duty, they're on duty. When they get a chance to interact, then they're just human beings as well.
Events like this help build trust and understanding.
It's been excellent. Every citizen I've encountered while I'm serving hot dogs has had a smile on their face. They're having a good time. Our officers are having a great time, so I think it's a success overall.
Hopefully, the 4th District pop-up art event will continue to build bridges through the power of art. For many artists, managing a living and workspace can oftentimes be a financial and emotional burden. But thanks to a long-standing collaborative effort between the city of Cleveland and the artistic duo, the Perkowski brothers, Cleveland artists have had the opportunity to have an affordable live and workspace right in the heart of downtown Cleveland. TV20's Colonel Hubert Calhoun III has the story.
Thanks, Dan. At the Tower Press Development, the Work Live Loft Building, 1900 Superior, downtown Cleveland, for the Open Studio Art Exhibits. Let's take a look.
Well, Tower Press, I mean, many years ago it was a printing building. They printed the publications that go in like churches, for they were church publications, so that's why they call it Gospel Press. But the building was unlivable or unworkable for many years because it was falling apart. And the Perkowskis, they approached Mayor White back in the days, and they said they'd like to save the building. And so what they did is they worked out an arrangement with Mayor White to make this area residential if they could, you know. So it would be there was a lot of artists in the area, but they had studios, but they had no place to live. So Mayor White's idea was to let's make affordable live workspace.
For artists lucky enough to obtain a unit within the Tower Press building, it has become a dream come true. Surrounded by like-minded individuals with unique artistic visions, it has been a place for artists to work, play, and live, with some residents calling it home for decades.
I've been in Tower Press officially 21 years as of June. So for the longest, I was working out of my house. And at some point, I learned that I really needed something more formal, more industrial, more, you know, with space and everything. And just by chance, by sheer fate, it was revealed that the Perkowskis were renovating the old Wooltex building down the street, or the old Tower Press building, which was a derelict for like many years. And I was asking, well, wow, what do you have to do to get in there? You know, what does it take and all that? And I'm thinking, well, I applied for it. I heard that they were looking for artists that wanted to live here and work here. So now there was this huge transition from going from a domestic house to being in a real proper workspace that I could, you know, focus and perform in, as well as build and create, as well as sharing it to the public, because we were like a community here. There are people here with extreme talent that's on a high-end level, but at the same time, you can also share this and express and, you know, and just, you know, live the life of an artist.
From everything to traditional hand-painted works to avant-garde films, no medium has been left unexplored under the building's roof. For many artists, living there simply having a space to explore their creativity is enough. But the building also doubles as a space for artists to sell their wares, invite the public into their studios to get a first-hand look at their creative process, building a unique bond between the patron and the artist that can't be found anywhere else in the city.
I think it's a very vibrant and growing community, and I think just seeing all the studio spaces that are growing up around here, it's very vibrant, and there's always lots to do, and there are great places and exhibits and galleries to visit all the time. There's always something happening. I travel a lot, so when I travel, I bring my sketchbooks with me, and I take notes, and I make sketches along the way. I think it gets me to express myself, gets me to see the world in a new way. I look at the trees, and I think to myself, how would I do those colors of those leaves? How would I get that shadow? And it influences what I see and my vast horizons. A lot of my work is horizons and vistas and landscapes, and it's grown over the years from my travels, I think, more than anything else. I think if people are touched in some way by what I paint or by my weavings, they like the textures, they like the light, they like the mood, that somehow it touches them, it touches their heart. And if I sell a piece, that's fine too.
Some amazing artists and some amazing work from the Tower Press Development. Cornell Calhoun III for TV20, we are Cleveland.
Thanks, Cal. Now let's go to Errol Porter for a knockout report on Everyone Eats.
Thanks, Dan. We're at the Masonic Temple as boxing returns to Cleveland. It's time for a beatdown in C-Town.
Hosted by Mason Family Boxing and Victor Promotions, Everyone Eats is an officially sanctioned boxing event, giving Cleveland and Midwest boxers the opportunity to turn pro in front of hometown fans.
We've been preparing for this our whole life. Right. Well, he's been preparing for this his whole life. So just working hard.
Cleveland is really one of the biggest cities in boxing, especially, in the Midwest. You know what I mean? We done had, since 2008, we done had an Olympian on, literally 5 Olympians coming from Cleveland. No other city have that.
I trained extremely hard. It took a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrificing. Every day, day in and day out when I ain't want to do it, getting up, continue to do it, and staying focused, man. Just staying focused. I honestly, it all when none of this happened without the Father. I give him the grace. So all praises to the Father. He give me the strength, he give me the patience, the discipline, and everything I need to. That got me the victory tonight.
But of course, the main highlight of the event was 2 of the Mason brothers going pro, completing the Jackson 5 of boxing.
I can't wait, because this completes the whole Jackson 5 of boxing. This is the youngest. He's turning pro today, and now we're all in a row together, and it's going.
When I see a black father step up the way that Valiant has stepped up, it's important. And I know people saying, wait a minute, here's the black thing. No, we know what we're up against. It's African-American males. But we know what our responsibility is. And for him to have done it 5 times and done it very well, you don't hear about those kids getting in trouble. You don't hear about those kids, being with someone that they shouldn't be with at their particular age. They're silent, but they're great citizens, and more importantly, they're from Cleveland, Ohio.
Finally, before the big match, I spoke with 2 of the Mason brothers to hear how they prepared for the big night.
I go hard in training. I put my trust in my training for real. So I let it show up in the ring.
Stay sharp, just stay sharp. Stay sharp, do it comes to mind. If it's right, yeah.
Wow, what an incredible night of boxing had here at the Masonic Temple here in Cleveland, Ohio. Boxing is alive and well thanks to Victor Promotions and the Mason family. I'm Errol Porter, reporting for TV20. We are Cleveland.
Thanks, Errol. The Memorial Day Flags of Honor display transformed Edgewater Park into a sea of red, white, and blue to honor the brave men and women who have served our nation. Hundreds of American flags stood tall, each one dedicated to a fallen veteran. The Flags of Honor display, organized by the Northeast Ohio Foundation for Patriotism and Community Volunteers, served as a moving tribute to those who have sacrificed so much for our freedom. The Flags of Honor display offers a place for reflection and remembrance. As Clevelanders pause to honor these heroes, the true spirit of Memorial Day shines through. The traveling display is a way for the memorial to help facilitate fellowship for families, friends, and communities who want to pay tribute to Ohio's fallen soldiers. Through the display, they hope to raise public awareness and support for Ohio's returning veterans. Heartfelt tribute indeed. Hey, we are constantly uploading new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.